In the back we can spot Zahen fighting who I believe is Rust. Now, I know the design of the weapon might not resemble a scythe here, but I think that's just because of the perspective. The face of the Darkin does loosely match the face of Rust in the myth, and the weapon does have these fin-like blades like the scythe of Rust, as well as the edge below on the handle. Funny enough, Rust's face here looks surprisingly similar to Kane's, and this makes me wonder, why does he decide to get horns when he defeats Kane? Is it just to look cool and edgy? Anyways, next we see Zahen sealing Varus in the Elysian cage, his face here being a bit more twisted than what we saw in the myth. These purple hands we see dragging him down are a reference to the music video As We Fall, where we see them holding onto Valmar and Kai. Now, some of you might be really confused, because despite being hidden in Ionia, Varus was not defeated there. Or was he? His bio used to say that at some point, a golden armored warrior queen of Valoran sealed him in his weapon and wielded his bow during the war, eventually bringing him to Ionia to hide him there. But his bio was recently updated and this part of his lore is now referenced as a legend, something that might or not have happened. And well, based on this comic, we know it didn't. This is definitely a way to retcon something, huh? I'm not too mad because this lore was never really explored anyway. It was a breadcrumb left here to be potentially followed up in the future, but now that will likely never happen and this feels really out of place here. We then see Zolani, another Darkin hidden in Ionia in modern times. We can spot her blood letters. Like Varus and Rust, this is the first time we see her in her original Darkin form, and actually this is technically the first canon design she has, as previously we've only ever seen her in the Darkin saga, which is mostly a what-if future. And finally we see Zahen lifting Rust's scythe, and we know he's now sealed inside it because of the eye on the weapon. As far as we know, he was hidden in Noxus, so it's curious to see that he was sealed in Ionia. I wonder if he was still later moved to Noxus, or if that part of his lore will be retconned. Rust being in Ionia so early in the timeline is definitely something that wasn't planned, as he even has a quote asking Kane if all Ionians are as confident as him. A weird thing to ask if he already had armies of them centuries ago. Yunara says they were able to bind some of the Darkin into their weapons. My question is why? If Zahen himself can kill his own kind, what's the point of sealing them into weapons? In Twilight of the Gods, Maisha says that sealing them into their weapons is a different approach they need to take as opposed to just killing them. But we never learn why this was the case. One could assume that she wanted to seal some Darkin so that their weapons could be wielded against their brothers, but this is just speculation and not something we ever see happening, including here in this comic. Again, if killing the Darkin is a possibility and Zahen has done it in the past, why are the Darkin in this comic sealed in their weapons instead? Also, how are they being sealed anyway? Am I missing something? Shouldn't the Chalikar be required for this to happen?